of almost 4 years of work that made this space and all of the functions that go on inside this space possible. Now, as I frame up this morning for myself, I think of the fact that there are probably 3,000 colleges and universities in the United States, 3,000. And in the last 3 weeks, I suspect that almost every one of them has dedicated new space on campus. Library space, wellness space, dining facilities, new science laboratories, classrooms. And you can be assured that lots of those 3,000 institutions were also dedicating time and celebration to things as mundane as more parking spaces, parking ramps. Now, by that measure that we are among those 3,000 who are dedicating new spaces, this is probably a very modest one. This is around 20,000 square feet of new space, probably very modest in terms of all those other colleges and universities. But I think that understanding this enterprise and this morning's celebration as something small compared to what is going on at other campuses in terms of the facilities war, I actually think that we're expressing the counter argument to something that is often misplaced in American education, whether it's secondary or post-secondary. That is to say, the obsession, the fixation with things that are countable. That is to say, how much square footage, how many laptops, how many books in the library, how many professors with famous book awards. Countable things. Countable things. Now, they matter, but what we think we are all about is that we are dedicated to things that are not so countable, not so measurable in that simple sense of the concrete world. We like to think that what is going on in this modest expansion of space is the most important thing on the planet. We like to think that what is going on in the new space matters far more than what is countable. What's going on in the new space, in the expansion of Huber Hall, is a renewed absolute commitment to getting more students to graduation. Now, I know that that is countable, that is to say, more students at graduation. But what is uncountable is improving the quality of the experience as a learner so that by graduation, the student will have better access to a terrific career start and will be able to pursue a life that is rewarding personally and rewarding for their communities. We like to think that this very modest space is dedicated to something that is gigantic. And as a matter of fact, because I am Medaille biased, I think that we are more competent, more dedicated, more able, and more ambitious in caring about student success than other institutions. Now, boasting aside, I am going to count now. I think that there is a terrific, real indicator, argument, why what I'm saying is not a president's boast. This is around a $3.5 million expansion, dedicated to improving our ability to provide advisement services, academic support services, career planning services, library services. Parallel to that $3.5 million is $3.5 million from the federal government spread across the next 5 years to improve the programs that we deliver. Now think of that. Almost to the dollar, a match, the amount of money that we spent on the facility and the amount of money that the Department of Education committed to us to do a better job by our students. I think that backs up my boast that this is really unique and that this very modest college has gigantic ambitions that are tracking very well.